Hello Nintendo Switch owners, console owners in general. I'd like to apologize up front for my thick accent. I'm Brazilian. I'll include some subtitles so you don't get lost on my thick accent. So let's get it started. I've stumbled upon a really irritating problem. It's called a drifting problem when your analog stick keeps going to the side even if you don't touch it. It's very bad for gaming. It ruins your experience. It is a problem that I've stumbled upon with my Wii U. It just goes like this. When you're not touching this, you just give it a nub and it stays to the side like this. I'll add a video I have about it that I already had when I had the problem, but I found a way to minimize it. Not only minimize it, but possibly just solve the problem altogether. It solved it for me. Maybe it's temporary, but I've gone through some 20 hours of gameplay and it hasn't come back yet. Before I show you the real solution I have for it, I'll show you what Nintendo support recommends you to do. I do recommend you doing it before trying my way, because it is the way their support tells you to do. But if it doesn't work, then there is one more thing I want you to try before you try it my way. So what Nintendo support tells you to do is just take a soft toothbrush, a dry one, and scrub the black part around the analog stick and clean it. After you do this, try and go to this calibration test and see if your problem is solved. If it's not, then the other thing I wanted to try before you try solving it with my solution is try and see if there is any bump on your analog stick and try pressing it around like this. Test it again so you see if it's a pressure problem. Try and undress it a little bit. Try and pull on it a little bit and then pressing it again and just test it. If you see any difference, then probably your problem is actually with the rubber cap on the analog stick. Then jump to the timestamp I'm leaving right there. So let's get to my solution. So the solution I found to fix this problem involves putting some air on the analog stick. It may work for other consoles as well, but one thing you shouldn't do is blowing air with your mouth. This is what I did when I had this problem on the Wii U, and it's why it's beyond fixing right now. So what you want to do is turn off your system and get some help from someone next to you. The analog stick on the Joycon has a little rubber cap thing that you want to lift so you can blow some air with something inside of it. What I picked for it is kind of a makeshift solution. The ideal way is picking up a compressed air can. What I did was I asked for my little brother's help. He held it open like this. When you separate it, you can see the actual interior components, and there are the metal components that you don't want oxidized, so don't blow it with your mouth. It may bust your Joycon controller, so make sure you're blowing dry air into it. Once you separate the rubber part from the analog stick, you want to blow it from multiple directions, depending on which direction is your problem. Mine was with the left Joycon, and I blew it from this direction and it worked for me. Once you do this, you turn on your system again, go to your system settings and test it again so you see if the problem is solved or not. I don't actually know if this voids your warranty. I don't see why it would. It is a problem solver that Nintendo doesn't tell us how to do. As I live in Brazil, there is not really a warranty for a Nintendo Switch. You have to pay for it to be fixed. It probably will be months until I saw it again. So I chose to make some research and try new methods to fix it. If you end up fixing your problem with this method, I actually do recommend you to pick up another set of Joy-Cons. It's what I plan doing myself. As I had this problem with my Wii U, I think it might be recurrent, but until now it's gone for me on my Nintendo Switch. So if my solution doesn't actually solve your problem, it can actually be a problem with the rubber cap on your analog stick. It may be bumpy, it may be pressuring your plastic part. So what you want to do is try and dressing it like this, around, and then gently pulling it out. It looks like this when you pull it out. You can see that there are little hook things that stick it to the plastic part, and one of these hook things may be out of position. Once you get it off, you'll want to put it back again. You'll want to press the center part first and then dress it again the same way you did when you were undressing it. And if it gets bumpy, you just keep pressing it from the inside out like this, like a motion like this. It may solve your problem. If these solutions don't solve your problem, then try calibrating your Joycon again, and if it doesn't work, then it's probably just busted. It sucks, but I hope these solutions actually help your problem if you have it. Again, this is the way I've got this problem solved for me, so try it out and see if it works for you.